Alright, this is a Masterbuilt electric 30-inch electric smoker. It was the easiest way to undo this is to, of course, use something sharp to undo the top, and then where the box of the seam is, do it all the way down, and then cut across the bottom, and then slide it out. It is somewhat heavy, but I wanted to do this video to show you how well it's packed. There's a very nice locking mechanism, but if you look here how much stuff is on the inside, because it has a remote control and everything. I'll zoom in so you can see. You can see all how it's packed. You've got quite a bit of stuff in this thing. I'll leave it right there and we'll show you the rest of what's in this thing. So we've got a box here that's really crammed in, and then another box. Go ahead and open this one since there's no tape. Oh, this is important. This is the remote control, and it looks like one of the pans, either a drip pan, and I got some screws and bolts, so it looks like you're going to have to put this thing together. This is the RF remote. The difference in RF and infrared being that infrared is line of sight like your TV remote. RF is like a radio that goes through walls and everything. That's one of the reasons I got this, because you can control the temperature via this, not have to open it up. Of course it has a glass front anyways, but the RF is definitely, if you're going to get a remote, you want an RF remote for the temperature and the control. So there's some bolts in there, and we'll get the instructions out in a minute, but we'll go ahead and, while I'm doing this unpacking video, this is light, so let me get my razor blade. That was quick. And these damn ants out here. I'll keep them out of my smoker. This is, I'm not sure what this is yet. We'll see. You're going to see the same as me. This is some kind of something. We're putting it together. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. For some reason, looks like I got a little scratch on top. But I'm not worried about a little scratch as long as everything works. I didn't know you'd be having to put this thing together so much. Another box. All kinds of stuff. This looks like for the wood chips that you pull out and you put the wood chips in. That's exactly what it is. And you'll see that once we get it up and going. It pushes into the side. You put the chips, push in the side, and you turn it to dump the wood chips out. So that's that. This is, wow, it's put together with a wire tie. Some metal something. I didn't know we were going to have a whole project here. I'm ready to eat. But the reason you get this is just slow because they're not fast anyway. So, okay, more plastic parts. Wow. Alright, let's see. We got a lot of parts here. I'm going to have to get some wire cutters. There's all kinds of stuff in here, man. like one of the drip trays. Another drip tray. And yep, this is really good because I wanted it to have wheels, and we have wheels here, 2 wheels. I'll go ahead and take it out of the plastic. And then I guess I can go ahead and take the drip, another pan out. Put some of the garbage in here. This is a, did I open this yet? No. This looks like a handle for maybe some more. I think this goes in the very bottom. Another pan. And this is another pan with a hole in it that must go into the drip pan. So this must be another drip container. We got a lot of drip stuff here. So in the inside, this must be the temperature probe, the shelving, the directions, which I'll have to pull out so we can read how this works. Let's pull this out. That holds everything in place. So this is your in case you don't leave this around because of suffocation, there's warnings on there, so be sure you read the warnings. Sample recipes, that sounds really good. Dadgum, that's good. Dadgum, that's good. Oh boy, yep, looks good. Signature recipe. This is really suggested wood chips, smoked corn on the cob, dadgum good brisket. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Even in different language, if you don't understand what I'm saying, and I think it's French. So, we got a quick start guide. And then, of course, the product for outdoor use only. But I'm probably going to store mine inside, especially since it has wheels. You got a wood smoking guide for meats, hickory, mesquite, alder, pecan, maple, apple, cherry, and it tells you for what meat, which is really good. Really, really nice. I like those little hints. And again, it comes in different language, which we need now because nobody speaks English anymore, you know. So it looks like some of the assembly is going to require me to set this down, so I may have to go inside on something soft on the carpet because I really don't want to scratch it up. So I'll probably yep, remove adjustable screw legs, set aside. Yeah, we're gonna get this inside and then continue. Alright, so we got it inside, and you're going to have to get some wire cutters to cut the cardboard off the side. And they've really packed it well. All the shelves are held in with wire cutters. Just be a little careful that you're only cutting this and not right here, because that cable is really important. And it's close to the wire ties. So I guess if you were really not careful, you could cut that instead. But this will allow you to, of course, be able to put the rest of it together and get the shelves out. So we'll just go ahead and get this off. One note, if you're watching this and you're thinking about getting one, this one had the best ratings. I did go ahead and purchase a 3-year warranty. The good thing too is if you have American Express and you purchase it with your American Express, that adds another year. So I really think 4 years is a long time for warranty. It was only $40 extra. I got this one at Lowe's. It was $249. They do have a package deal on Amazon for $299. That package deal does come with a cookbook CD kind of thing and a cover, but the covers are only $24 and this was $249. Then you can get a 10% Lowe's coupon. You can get those either you can sign up on Lowe's.com. There's some other places just trying to investigate that, but you can save another 10%. So that's, I say 10%, and I'm going to order the cover, the actual cover from Amazon for $24. So I still came out better than the package deal is what I'm saying. I don't have the CD, but as you saw earlier, got a pretty good cookbook, recipes that comes with it anyways. So with these things in the back, you want to make sure you take out all the styrofoam, because that would really stink up the place when you turn it on. This I'm going to have to, wow, that one's, well, it's got a wire tie on there tight. So what I was going to say is if you're getting this and you're looking at how to put it together, I would recommend doing it inside, because you're going to have to lay it down to get to the bottom, and unless you have a towel or something outside, it's probably just better to do it inside. And once you get it inside and put the wheels on it, then you can just roll it outside. It's small enough or narrow enough to fit through the door. You can see here is actually the temperature probes. I don't know what this is on the shelf. Okay, so this is what you have to be careful for when you cut, and it is close. So this is your temperature probe, and I'm going to have to get all this out, because that's gonna make a mess and everything. So I don't know what this thing is here that's attached, but we're going to get that off in a second to show you. There's some plastic on the front. I got the front digital. Some have a rear digital that goes in the back. This one from Lowe's. What I was going to say, when you look at Lowe's for the 30-inch glass door, it has a different model number than the package deal on Amazon. I'll put links below, but it's the same model. I've confirmed it with Masterbuilt. It's the exact same unit. It's just sometimes they have different numbers. So, you know, it doesn't matter if you buy it from Amazon or Lowe's, unless Amazon adjusts the price, or Lowe's may go up, or Lowe's may have a sale, but you can use the 10% off as well. So, okay, so you need to put it on the side, and it shows in the diagram with the hole where the wood tray goes up. So meanwhile, we're going to see what this is. Be real careful not to damage it, because I have no idea. And it's easier if you clip it from the bottom. It gives you, it has a little space where this thing is. So it's a heavy little thing in here. Take that off. Let's see what this is. It's wrapped around. It's like another handle of some sort. Yeah, it's a handle. Alright, so I'm not sure where this goes, but I'm sure we will see. So this is what that was. They package it really good, I have to say. You know, sometimes things are loose and whatnot. So then once you get on the side, now we have to start getting some of these parts and putting it together. Attach grease tray bracket to bottom, and so that's basically what that is on the bottom, or the bracket we go. And then it's going to secure front foot to bottom and do both sides of that. So, the brackets are what those are those metal things that I opened that were metal, and I wondered what they were. It's not that. Let's see. Here they are. These must be the brackets. And again, another wire tie. Yeah, these have to be the brackets. They're metal. They're nice, packed, very good. So these brackets, I'll move the camera in a minute, going to go on the bottom. So we'll show you that. So inside you get a, you can see, it looks like a lot to put together. You've got this, and then there's the bottom. I'll back up a little bit. The glass door is here. The back of the thing's there. The wood trip holder is on that side. So what you're going to use, it says is B, which are these little guys right here. I gotta look and see where we're going. These little guys right here are going to attach the bracket right here, brackets, to the bottom. So it's got a nice little punch out so they don't go everywhere. And then this is going to go like this onto the bottom. So we'll go ahead and do that on here. Get 4 of them out. And they go, I know this is a long, they go with the opening to the front. This is the front. And of course the little slide mount, make sure that goes toward the center. So you're going to do this on this side. They almost are self-tapping, so once you get it started they kind of go easy. And of course this one will go the opposite way, you can see, for the tray. So we'll get this one started. Sorry if I'm in the way, but I have a hard time seeing them there. Let me just get it on the screwdriver here. If you've put stuff together before, I'm sure you can appreciate what I'm about to say. It's always the last screw that gives you the most trouble. But I normally don't tighten them all the way until I'm pretty sure that it's in the right place. And that wasn't very hard. So that holds the grease tray, which must be, I don't think it's this one, is it? Oh, it must be that. So there you go, you see? Pretty cool. This is metal plastic on the front part. Alright, so that's the first thing, and then now it says for step 2, we're going to do these parts here that came in this box right here. Put that box to the side. These will go, looks like it goes like this. Yes, with this toward, and you can see where all the, I guess the holes are. See if it lines up to something, some kind of something. Yep, looks like it does. Lots of holes here, lots of, but they're all the same size, which is the different bolts, which is A. A was these ones. This one, the longer screws. So we're going to go ahead and take, looks like, doesn't say how many, but let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 of them. Quite a lot. I guess they only go one way. Yep. So that's what we got going here. Let's see. Let's try to get one started and get it in. Get the right thing. Yeah. So they line right up. They go in real easy. Usually when I do these things, I try to do the opposite ends, opposite sides. So it may look unfinished. This is kind of what guides the other little guy, the grease tray. So so far so good. Everything seems to be lining up. Sometimes these things don't work like that, but you're seeing it as I'm doing it. So that'll be part of taking into consideration when I do a review. If all the parts are there, which I've seen some things aren't, and also if they go in without a problem. Sometimes you get them all, and here we go with the last one. Looks like it's going okay. So I'll go back now. They're all started, and now I'll tighten it. It says repeat for opposite side. And it's plastic, so there's no need to tighten it down till it cracks. 6 of these screws per side. I think there are only 12 of these A anyways. Let's see how many. No, it's 16. So they'll be in another spot as well. So we're going to use up 12 of them for these things. Very simple to put this part together. Now sometimes since this is on the bottom, it may be a little difficult. Let's see if we can get this to line up. Let's start one of them. Okay, let's just see. It looks like that. Maybe it hasn't started. No, it has. Alright, again, we'll do the opposite first and then fill in the blanks. We'll go up to the top. See if we can get that one to start. Okay, I feel it starting. You can tell when it catches because you'll get a little more resistance. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and just put the other ones in and get them kind of going. You can tell you may have to pick up just a quarter inch, half inch, so you can get it. You can see it wasn't starting as easy, so you may have to do that just to get them started. And then let's go ahead and put the other ones in. Hopefully they'll go right in the right place. Looks like these are a little harder to do than the other ones, probably because I got a little pressure on that side. But it's not worth turning the whole grill over to get these going. Let's go ahead and get the bottom ones. I always prefer too to use a manual screwdriver on stuff like this. Sometimes you try to use an electric or a battery operated, whatever the hell we want to call it, screwdriver, and you have no control of how tight it goes or how fast. So you end up either stripping the screw and or doing it too tight, and you don't want to crack something. So in my opinion is it just works better for these kind of things to use a manual screwdriver. Now you may not need one that's quite so long. This is just the first one I picked up. But then again, sometimes it's, you know, it's easy instead of having your hand right there. It's definitely better than a short one, because then your knuckles are going to get busted up on whatever you're tightening on the plastic. So this is number 5. And if you notice too, on the rear you have adjustable feet, which is nice. So I guess you can get everything level. because you are going to be dealing with juices that are dripping. And so here we got number 6 going in. So far so good with the alignment. I always wonder why, and it's, I know it's for packing purposes, but it's like, I mean, they could have just put this on there at the factory, but you know, they would have had problems packing, the box would have been bigger, they'd have been, you know, chances of it getting broken and all that. So now we're right there, you just already finished with step 1 and 2, and we're already on page 7. Remove adjustable screw leg. Set aside to be used in step 5. What's step 5? I always look ahead to see what they're talking about. So it's telling you to remove this and set it aside. So let's go ahead and just remove it. I don't know if it meant the whole thing like that. Yeah, I think it does. Alright, so you take that big thing out. Now it's telling you to use attach side panel 23. Side panel 23. I'm trying to see if there's any numbers on these things. And I presume that's what this is. But it's a little hard to see. It shows 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess this is side panel. And I imagine the finished part goes that way. So that must be for the other side. Let's see what we got going here. Maybe that's not it. No, it seems like it goes in the front. So yeah, here we go. Takes a minute to figure this stuff out. See what we got going here. You know, just figure out how this thing goes. Just like that, but obviously something's wrong. So you're seeing me messing around with this too. I'm looking at the picture. Shows those things up like that. Sure looks like it goes this way, doesn't it? I think this is the way it goes. And somehow this gets pushed into that. Let's read. Remove it. Attach it to smoker body using screws B as shown. 20. Repeat for opposite side. Sometimes too, with things like this, it helps to look at the picture on the box. So I'm looking at it. This is obviously how it goes, but it looks a little weird. You attach the screws, but that should be flat. It would make more sense like this, so maybe I got the wrong panel. Let's try it this way. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, yep. Voila. Okay, so sorry it took me a minute, but see, this is the things that makes hopefully you folks at home easier. Let's see, side panel 23. With this is going to be the small ones again, the little ones, and there's 4, so let's go ahead and get 4 of them out, and go ahead and get some of these started. Let's see. There we go. And again, what I do is I try to get them started. These are not lining up as good as the other one. So now we get our first little taste of of how good this thing's going to line up, which this looks like I have to push up a little bit on this part. If it's supposed to come out or not, I guess that comes out. Alright, let's see, man. Sure would probably help if I have my glasses on, but there we go. Let's see. Do the, like I said, I usually do the two farthest ones, and then hopefully the other ones will fall into line. Let's see. It's going to be a little tough here, but that does make it easier. They caught a little bit easier when you do the front and the back. Let's see. This one's going to give me trouble. The last screw syndrome. Okay, there it goes. Alright, so now I'll go back and tighten them. And I imagine it now is time to put back the foot. Let's see. Let's just wait and we'll go ahead and do the other side. Now see, this is where it's going to get a little tricky, because I got to take this out, and because we got it lying on the ground there, there's two things I didn't take out, two styrofoam pieces. Can you see? Yeah. This one's going to be a little tough to get back in, I can tell, because I'm having a hard time unscrewing it. There we go. Okay, let's see, let's get four more. Let's see if we can do this without having to move it. That may be it for these little screws, so that'll be good. That means we're getting at least one package of screws out of the way. Let's like, it's not going to go like I want, so. Now we got a kind of little trick, but I'll tell you a little trick. I'm going to prop it up a little bit with one of those styrofoam pieces that I just came out. And you see one of them fell in here, and it's going to be a little difficult to get the thing out. Come on, they're little. Okay, now it looks like I can get it started easier, maybe. Maybe not. Alright, let's try to back this in first. Not wanting to go in, is it? Looks like I kind of got it started. There we go. Hey, let's see if we can get the other one going now. Hopefully when you get one on the end going, it helps line up the whole thing. And this one right here does not want to go. So I have to try a couple different angles. Oh boy. It looks like it's got to go down a little bit. So what I'll do is push it and then push this plastic down just a smidgen. See if that gets it lined up. hard time with that one. Let's go ahead and do the other ones. I do want to get them all. I don't want to skip any. Never good when you have extra pieces, huh? You can see it's just not wanting to line up. Probably gonna have to get a flashlight. Probably getting bored of this. But trust me, by watching this, it's gonna help you. So let me get down there and see why these holes. Looks like I gotta go in a little bit to the angle here. Yep. And that one went right in. Right in. Now let's see the one that's giving me trouble if I can use that same angle. It looks like this one may be drilled a little bit off. Nope. That's all I need to do. Okay, they caught. I'm going to say caught. In other words, they're in. A little harder. So again, what I suggest is propping this up some in the front with something. Just going to make your life a lot easier. It does say now to position a wheel on bottom of smoker body. So now we got some wheel stuff going. Those were in that other box. And it looks like the wheels are going to go like this. Really, really, really nice. Okay. So these are probably going to be the bigger bolts, I would think. And we got 4. So the back of this, yep. So there's 2 holes in the bottom. And 2 holes in the back. Again, I like to get them started before I tighten them. And since there's 4 and this weird angles, we're gonna. All right, can you see what I'm doing? Let me turn it up a little bit. Let me zoom in on that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get some tightening done. Make sure you do this before you put that other bolt that you had to remove, the leveling bolt. Do this first, because I think if you put the leveling bolt, you're not going to be able to fit the wheel in. So again, all these things that I'm doing are designed to help you, save you some time, make it a little easier. It's always easier to watch somebody do this than do it yourself. And sometimes a little trick is to make sure that you read ahead. Read through the directions first. Because sometimes there'll be something that they may have in a certain order, but actually makes more sense. Or at least you know to leave something a little looser, because something else is coming behind it that you can't do unless you do it. Now these are pretty long screws. This probably wouldn't hurt you to use an electric screwdriver, but this is where a long shaft of a screwdriver comes in handy, because this is kind of set deep, and having the screwdriver long like this really helps. Okay, so okay, correction. The long screws do not go in here. It's the shorter one, C. That was a little unclear, but I realized I didn't have enough. I should have realized that, and it doesn't make sense to have short ones holding wheels on, but that's the way it is. Next step, you're going to put this back, and hopefully it goes back in. You can see you've got a bolt and these adjustments here, so we won't know exactly, because that's going to be for leveling it, leveling the cooker. I'll leave it a little longer than the plastic, because surely it's not going to be sitting on the plastic. But what I'll do is I'll put it actually right up against or close to it, and I'll put this bolt, and hopefully I got pretty close. I don't think that's going to be too, but that can be done a little bit later. So, and it says position smoker as shown, and then that's going to be that piece of metal we're going to use on the back. I'll show you in a minute. So this is the handle, I guess, so to move this thing around. And it looks like it goes with the things like this. The things. Again, we'll get it started. Go ahead and get at least one of these tight. So you see the real life things. It's not a project if you don't have the wrong screws at least once and have to undo them. That's what happened here with those wheel things on the bottom, but we're running kind of down to the not many screws left, so hopefully that won't happen again. So you see why it's shipped, because this would be just take up more room in the box. And they also have this so that if it falls on you, you can't sue them because you put it together wrong, and if it breaks or hits you in the foot and breaks it, you can't sue them. Because they say, you didn't put the handle on right. I know all the tricks. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. This is the handle. It says do not lift unit by handle, but I guess it's to roll it around on those wheels. Pretty nifty, huh? So now we go to page 9. Page 9 says slide the grease tray that's in the front, and then align keyholes on grate supports with studs on inside smoker. I thought those were already put on, but we'll take a look in a minute. Let's don't lift it by that. Don't lift it by that, Stephen. We'll put the grease tray in the front. Okay. And then it says, let's open her up and see what we got here. So it says about putting those in, but press grate down, secure in place. I don't know what it's. Okay, I see. It's not tight. I don't know why they didn't tighten that. So what it wants you to do is align key with grate studs inside of it. Press grate down, secure. Actually, I don't know if it'd be a good idea to do that or not, because that could be something to clean out. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not going to tighten that. It doesn't say tighten. I don't understand the purpose of that. And I got another tray somewhere, maybe outside. Oh, here it is. But Usually backwards. Place smoking racks inside smoker as shown. Well, I guess that's the way they go. So I have this one on backwards. Place a line keyholes on drip deflector with studs on the smoker. Press drip deflector down in place. Drip deflector. Alright. Let's take a look. I guess that's this thing here. This is our remote. This looks like drip deflector. You have to kind of look at all this stuff. That looks like it's for this right here, I would presume. I presume that's what that's for. But I really don't know, because it shows that piece being put in. It shows a lot of things that are already in. I don't understand why. But then this water bowl wood chip tray. This is the that's there. So it looks like we're coming close to the end of this thing. Of course, the this main tray goes in the bottom. And then there's the wood chip. See if you can see what I'm doing here. Back it up. This goes in the side. Dumps down into there. So the wood chips go into here. And I think we got a completion on putting it together. Now as far as operation goes, it's a whole nother ball of wax. But hopefully that helped. A few steps, we'll probably do some leveling, not on the carpet, but when we get it on a solid surface. And looks like we've got it all put together. That's your Masterbuilt 30-inch digital electric smoker, model 200777915, the newest, most popular one. This is your little adjustment for the smoke. And anyways, I hope that helps you. And I just cannot wait. All the reviews are fantastic on getting some food in this thing. Also, you should season it before. We'll do a video on seasoning this baby here. Always good idea when you have something electric like this to burn off the newness too. You don't want that smell or any possible chemicals in your food, so it's a good idea to get it turned on. So we'll do some seasoning of this, and I'll show you how in another video. There'll be a link to it in this comment section. 73s.